Hey, welcome to Maximum Bat Speed. Wanted to do a video today on the load and the weight transfer. That's one of the first things that I start doing when I start working with my students. I start really trying to explain to them how important a good load, a good weight transfer is. This is probably the second move that I do when I work with my students. The first one I do is just teaching them how to get off the back foot and just doing a drill with my students in order to help them to understand how important it is to transfer the weight. So again, this would probably be the stage 2 of probably eight stage process that I do with my students. So anyway, let's get started here. The first thing I want to just show you here with Andrew McCutchen is this. You're going to notice that as he gets into his stride, you're going to notice he has great, just amazing weight transfer. Notice how he's getting off the back side as he gets into his toe touch, okay? And I'm just going to just run this over and over with you so you can see what's going on. And I'll just talk over this video here. And again, you can see here as he's starting to stride, you can see that his back elbow is going to be working back and behind him. See that? And this is really important because a lot of times with players, I just don't see this occurring. And what you want to make sure that you are doing, and this is what I try to teach my students, is that you want to have your back elbow working back and behind you as you're walking away from the hands. So the first thing I want you to really focus on right here is just as he gets to toe touch, you're going to see from his shoulder to his back elbow, it's going to be like a straight line going on. In other words, his back elbow is not down by his armpit, okay, or dropping down to his rib cage. And another thing you're going to notice here, like I just mentioned, as he's walking away from his hands, now pay attention to his hands right there. You're going to notice that his hands are right over his back foot, but his hands are pretty much going to remain there the whole time. As he gets to toe touch right there, you can see that his hands are right over his back foot, just like they were when he first started. Another thing you're going to notice here as he gets into his stride and weight transfer is this. Pay attention to what's going on with his body. You're going to notice that he's going to be falling downhill. In other words, he's not going to land in the same height that he did when he started. You can see that he's moving downhill. See that? And it's very obvious what's going on right now with his swing. And this is something that I don't see enough coaches teach, and I think it's crucial that you understand that as you get into your stride, as you get into your weight transfer, the reason why you're going to lower your body is because if you do have a good weight transfer, if you do have a long stride, your body is naturally going to squat down lower. And this is something that you see in high-level players. You see it with pretty much every top level players. And if you want to compare what's going on here with Andrew McCutchen with either Mike Trout or any other top MLB player, you're going to notice that this kind of a move is occurring. So again, you can see it like I just mentioned. You're going to see him walking away from the hands. You're going to see his back elbow working back and behind him. And as he starts to do this, you're going to see that he's starting to work downhill. Okay, now as he gets to toe touch, you're going to see something that's going on right here with his body. Okay, this is crucial. What you want to do if you're analyzing your own swing from his eye all the way down to the middle of his belt buckle, you're going to see this kind of an angle like this, okay? And this is crucial to understand that you have to have these kind of angles in order to have the correct body placement for you to have the correct angles of attack when you're ready to hit. Now, another thing that's going on here at toe touch, this is crucial. This is very typical. We see at MLB players, the bat is like 45 degrees behind him. Now, sometimes you see players that have it like this, and sometimes you see players that have it like this, okay? You notice where the red line is? This can deviate some, okay? But you don't want to have your bat out here, and you don't want to have your bat flat behind your head like this, okay? That creates problems. Again, you might Trout, if you watch him, his bat's pretty much like this, and you see other players like Dustin Pedroia, his bat sometimes is up there like this. So right here, like Buster Posey, Andrew McCutchen, Miguel Cabrera, is pretty much where they have it right here, okay? Now, again, this video right here is pretty much just for the load, just for the weight transfer. And again, I just wanted just to bring this up to your attention. So if you're striding and your stride is too short, I would recommend for you to allow yourself to get a little bit further out there. The longer the stride, the more opportunity for the upper body to work back and behind you, okay? Now, I'm just going to do one little thing right here. I'm just going to draw this little circle right where his foot is, right there in the front foot. You're going to notice here that as he starts to stride, you can see how much further away he is at toe touch than when he started. Okay, so now again, you can see here that his foot is landing way over here. This is something that you just don't see enough of in Little League, high school, even in college. But in the major leagues, you see that this is pretty much of a common kind of an approach that you see towards their stride and towards their weight transfer. All these things that I share with you, I would just suggest for you to try them and see what it does to your swing, because I really think that if you do try to emulate the high-level players in the MLB, I truly think you will benefit from it. So again, when you're out there working in your game, try to work on this. Try to walk away from the hands as your elbows working back and behind you. Feel as though you're falling down. Make sure you have a long base. And again, make sure you have the right angles. Again, as I mentioned right here, you can see right here where Andrew McCutchen is. This is very crucial. You don't want to have, for example, at this point you can see, like I said, his angle from his eye is right there. You don't want to have your eye back here like this. And this is what I see what's more common, where the body is just totally at a totally different angle than this. You want to have more at this angle right here. Again, if you're taking video of yourself, you want to make sure you have a shoulder to back elbow look as close as you can from that. Your elbow can be a little higher than that, or it can be a little below that, but this is a very good reference point. And again, at this point right here, another thing that I would suggest for you to look at, to have just a slight bent arm, just like Andrew McCutchen. This is very common in high-level players in the MLB. And again, the bat behind you at about a 45-degree angle could be a little lower, could be a little higher, but this is a good reference point right here. And again, when you're striding, you want to make sure when you're looking at yourself, do you have anything that looks close to this? A long, flat triangle kind of a look like this. See that? That's a beautiful long stride. Great things going on here with Andrew McCutchen. A lot of torque. I'll leave you with this. One more thing. At toe touch, it's crucial. If you look at his shoulders, you can see here where his shoulders are pointing almost to the second baseman. Okay? This is very important. And again, one of the things that I see when I'm working with players, and when I go to high school games or games that are even in college, at this point the shoulders are right here. You want to make sure that the more torque, the more separation you have, the better opportunity for power. Hope this video is helpful. Thank you so much.